Hey friends, welcome back to another episode of Flipping Furniture. My name is Monica and I am the founder and creator of Girasol Vintage. Hello again, I hope you guys are doing great this beautiful Friday. In today's episode, I'm going to be refinishing these two French provincial style pieces that came from separate sets. I got both of them for free. The dresser came from a lady that is downsizing, and the small side table came from another lady where I went to pick up a large server that will be featured in a different video. In the furniture refinishing business, we call this a Frankel set because we are taking two pieces of furniture that came from completely different sets, and I'm going to be refinishing them in order to make them look like they came from the same set. As always, I'm going to go ahead and start off by removing all the hardware. Just remember to put it in one container, plastic bag, whatever you want to use so that you don't end up misplacing them. In this case, I'm going to be using the same hardware because this is what makes this set more cohesive. I'm going to be washing it and letting it dry. After I let it dry, I'm going to go ahead and spray paint it. I typically like to polish my hardware, but the color doesn't match, so I'm going to spray paint it using this gold metallic paint by Rust-Oleum. Here I'm just cleaning up both pieces to get them ready for primer and paint. I personally like to use crud cutter to remove any dirt, grease, or any dust that's been collecting for years, but you can use any degreaser you have at home. So next I'm going to go ahead and start sanding, and for this I'm just using I think this was 120 grit sandpaper, and I'm just scuff sanding the surface of the piece of this side table. What I want to do is make sure that I remove any shine that the table has so that I can prime, so that my primer sticks to it. Okay. I really like to use my Surf Prep sander for this type of job, especially because I can get in those corners where my orbital sander might not be able to get into. So this is where I make the change from my Surf Prep sander to my orbital sander. Both sanders are amazing. They do different things that the other one can't do. But for flat surfaces, I think that the sandpaper that I use for my orbital sander and my orbital sander itself, it just does the job a lot faster than my Surf Prep sander. But I like both sanders a lot. I personally do not like a lot of texture when I'm painting or when I'm priming, but I also don't like to spend a lot of money buying primer in a spray can. So I only spray the areas where my roller may create a mess, and I roll all the flat surfaces. Both primers are shellac based to help me prevent any bleed through, especially because I'm using a light color to refinish this set. After my primer dried, I went ahead and sanded in between coats just to make sure that I have a nice and smooth surface. So as soon as the set is complete, I am going to be bringing it back to the Newburgh Vintage Emporium. As you guys know, that's where I sell my furniture. I only have about 3 or 4 months left at that place because I'm going to be moving to Maryland with my husband. He got orders to be moved at the Pax River naval base, and we're going to be moving there, which I'm really excited. I think it's only about an hour away from Washington, D.C. And surprise, surprise, I ended up refinishing this set in white. It will have the hardware be gold, so I think that's going to be a nice combination of a neutral color with some gold. And I don't think I've actually ever refinished a set or a piece in white, at least not for the channel. Alright, so once my paint started to dry, I noticed that some bleed through was coming through. If you get this, don't panic. I like to use this shellac and spray, and I like to use thin coats. Everywhere you see the bleed through, just go ahead and spray once. Let it dry for about 30 to 45 minutes, especially not in the summer. It'll dry really fast. And go ahead and reapply. I like to apply 3 times. Thin coats though, because it will drip, it's really runny, and then you should be able to go back again with your paint. I like to do 3 coats because I hate to add my top coat and then it's coming through again. You don't want that. I did not get this on camera, but I top coated the set using water-based poly, which is great for painting over white surfaces because it will not yellow like most other oil-based top coats. And after all the hard work is done, it's time to add the final touches, like putting back the hardware and nourishing the inside of the doors. For this, I'm using this feed and wax, and I'm just adding it to a piece of cloth. As you can see, I'm pointing out the fact that it's only $4.99. It's a great product, and it's gonna make the inside of the drawer smell delicious. With that being said, we've reached the end of this video, but I wanted to ask you guys for a huge favor. Please don't forget to like this video, leave a comment down below, and share with your friends and family. This is a free way in which you can help my channel grow. If you want to see more of my work, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. And don't forget that all the links for the products used are found in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for another furniture flip. Bye bye!